Okay, so we stopped at lesson 1 conversation yesterday. So for lesson 1 conversation, it's all about self-introduction. So how you are supposed to introduce yourself when you meet somebody new. Okay, so in this case, it's a conversation between two persons. One is a Japanese person, Tanaka, and the other person is called Lim, right? Singaporean. So I will go through the conversation once and I will explain to you the words that they use inside. Then maybe we can have somebody to practice the conversation, two person to read out the conversation. Okay, so T says, Tanaka says, Konnichiwa. I believe you know what is Konnichiwa. Hajimemashite. You know what is Hajimemashite, right? Okay, we learned that in the greetings already. Watashi wa Tanaka to moshimasu. So this moshimasu is a very formal way to say I am called something something. Okay, it is a very formal way to say I am called something something. Or rather it's like I am bestowed the name something something something. It's a very formal way. Okay, so if you can't remember this, you can just change it to desu. Watashi wa Tanaka desu. Okay, so moshimasu is only when you are a bit more high level and then you want to introduce yourself formally. Then you use the word to moshimasu. Okay, for now I won't explain too much about that, but basically it means I'm called something something. It's a very high most way to introduce yourself. Okay, next. Dozo. Right? You remember what is dozo, right? Right, please. Right? Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Right? Yoroshiku means be nice to me, right? So please be nice to me. So onegai shimasu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Okay? Next. Lim replies. Watashi wa Lim to moshimasu. So she also used the word moshimasu because she wants to be polite. But if you can't remember, just say watashi wa Lim desu. Okay, watashi wa Lim desu. That's also okay. Okay? Then she says, Kochira koso dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So the back part you know already, the front part, kochira koso. So we will learn the word kochira in lesson 3, but for now, basically just take it as this side. Okay? Then koso is just another word to say also. Okay, so it literally means this side also. So kochira is just a way to mention like my side of the conversation, your side of the conversation. It's a very polite way to refer to somebody. So instead of saying like this person, you can say like how about your side? How about yours? Your side, that kind of thing. It's a more polite way to say your side, my side. Right? Instead of saying like you, me. Sometimes it can be a bit too annoying to say you, me. So we will use kochira and sochira. But we will learn this in lesson 3 again. For now, you just take it as your side also dozo yoroshiku. Sorry, kochira means this side. So this side also yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Which means I'm returning you the same words. Right? I'm going to say back the same words. Okay, then T says 失礼ですが. So 失礼 by itself means rude. Okay? So rude ですが. So this ga is like our English but. It's like a contrast grammar. We will learn this ga again later. Okay, I took the conversation here, they use a bit higher level, no choice. Okay, so 失礼ですが. So it simply means however to be rude, sorry to be rude. Okay, so in this case that means you are going to assume something about somebody. That's why you're asking about that person. The next line. So the next line says リンさんは学生ですか? So what does this line mean? Yeah, Lim-san is a student. So because you don't know the person's identity, and you assume that she is a student. So but you know that it's not very good to assume somebody's identity. So you are just apologizing or you are just saying sorry to be rude in advance. Right? That's why they say 失礼ですが. Alright, so it's like in Chinese we say 不好意思你是学生吗? Right? So in a way it's like that. So you're apologizing because you assume her identity. Right? Then the next line, Lim replies, はい、そうです. Right? So remember, so means agree to whatever was mentioned previously, right? So what if I say it's not so this, but I want to say it's not so. That's not right. Yeah. So そうではありません. So in this case, そうです means yes. 学生です that means yes, student です. Right? 田中さんは So this line, of course, they are missing a lot of words behind lah. But we already can guess what the question is, right? So the person asks you, are you a student? Then you say, yes, I'm a student. you leh, right? In English we say like you leh. We don't repeat the entire sentence. Oh, so are you a student as well? That kind of thing, right? We are trying to cut short on the conversation, so the person just stop at wa. I know wa is not a question. It's not a question way to say, but if you put it in a conversation, Tanaka-san wa, my intonation is going up, right? That means I'm asking you a question. So I ask back the question without completing the question. Right? It's like I'm student. You? Right? It's like I don't finish my question, but at the same time I'm still asking you the question. Then T says, 私は会社員です. What is 会社員? Employee, company employee. So he is company employee. Okay, any questions about this conversation?
One question.
Yes.
Like, when you say it's lim-san, is there a reason why you cannot use the anata?
Or why she want to use anata?
Yeah, she say you, right? Instead of saying
I mentioned to you yesterday, keep saying watashi, watashi, anata, anata is a bit rude. So you want to address that by the person's name if you know the person's name, right? You don't like, for example, you go to a business meeting and then it's like, so you like my proposal? To the person is like, it sounds okay, but to the person might be, why are you so direct, so straightforward? Like you might want to like, how about you, Mr. Lim? What do you think about my proposal? Yeah, you'll be more polite to address the person by the name also, right? Like it's in a way it's more polite. At the same time, there's a more like you're aware that this person is called Lim, so the person feel more respected that you know their name rather than addressing them as you, and then addressing yourself as me.
But that's the first time you use you, right? Like, it's not like you use it many times.
Yeah lah, but even in English, in Chinese, right? I know we can say 你 but it's more actually it's better to use like 陈先生呢 Lin 先生你觉得怎么呢 like in a way like if you address somebody by their name with that 先生 or with the Mr. and Mrs. they will feel more respected and feel the more want to accede to your request, like they want to listen to what you want to say, right? So in a way Japanese same thing lah. We will try to address by the person's name whenever we know, but however in a business meeting 5 of them sit opposite you, then we will not address them one by one lah. We'll just say kochira, sochira, right? That's like your side. What do you think? Right? That means you're addressing everybody at the same time, right? But in a business meeting, you don't need to scared you don't know the other party's name because you have to collect the name card, then you have to put on table. So you already know everybody's name. So unless you have a direct question to somebody, then you might want to say F to everybody lah, your side. Or if you have a direct question, then you just say, Tanaka-san, what do you think? Like you don't say like you don't know like, you what do you think? In a business meeting like, what do you think? Then they like, you don't know my name, eh? Yeah, so to them it might be a little bit rude. Alright, so it'll be better to address the person by their full name. Or by their surname, yeah. Okay. So we need 2 person to practice the conversation. Anybody want to volunteer? Or too shy? Okay, 1 person wants to try. You can be Tanaka, Lim. Okay, you can try as Lim. Okay, so the purpose of this practice is for me to correct on your pronunciation. Okay, come, T.
こんにちは。はじめまして。
Okay.
で、私は田中と申します。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Okay. Next.
私はリンと申します。こちらこそどうぞよろしくお願いします。
Very good. T. Split the word up. しつれい。はい、失礼。
ですが、リンさんは学生ですか？
はい、そうです。学生です。田中さんは？
私は会社員です。
Okay, good. Okay, I think the one problem is your intonation is all over the place. So for the name, Tanaka. We don't like Tanaka, right? We don't go up, right? For name, we just stay flat, right? So Tanaka, right? Then I think you have problem with, okay, for now we are writing in Hiromaji, but of course the real text that we're going to read is Hiragana lah. So it will be easier to tell like, oh, this is mo, this is u, this is shi, right? But for now, you need to identify the mo, you, shi, ma, su, right? This is our words, right? So mo, u, shi, ma, su. So mo, shi, mas. Right? You need to break up the words and then you need to pronounce them separately. Okay. One more issue is your silent sound. So remember, gakse, we don't pronounce the u, right? Gakse, right? It's not gakuse, right? Gakse. And also the des, we don't pronounce the u. It's not desu, but just des. So there are this kind of silent u that you need to watch out for. So they're generally, for example, see, moshimasu, we don't say moshimasu, right? We just say moshimasu. So there's no u for that. Onegai shimasu, we don't need to masu, or you don't need to say onegai shimasu, right? That one is really just act cute. So we don't need to use the u unless you want to like act cute to your girlfriend or boyfriend lah. Okay. So other than that, we don't need to use the silent u's. We try to know where they are. Okay. The lesson is recorded, by the way. If you need to review again, feel free to review the video. Okay. If everything is okay, let's continue lesson 2. Then I will go on to the numbers later. Okay, for lesson 2, vocabulary. Okay, are we ready? Lesson 2, vocabulary. Okay, repeat after me. Kore, kore, sore, sore, are, are, kono, kono, sono, sono, ano, ano, 鉛筆、鉛筆、万年筆、万年筆、シャーペン、シャーペン。Right, it's a long A, double A sound, so we drag out the A sound. シャーペン。Right, next, 物差し、物差し、消しゴム、消しゴム。Okay, I want you to look at the third column. You realize that the third column, they mix hiragana with katakana. Right, for keshigomu, they mix hiragana with katakana. The reason why is because keshi comes from the word keshimasu in Japanese. So keshi is a word to mean like disappear or erase. However, the word gomu means rubber, and it is a foreign borrowed word, like from the word gum. So gomu is gum. So gum is a foreign borrowed word. That's why they write gomu in katakana and keshi in hiragana. So it's very rare to have such a combination, but this is just one of them. Okay, and then you look at the two above, sharpen. Sharpen is purely written in katakana. That means it is a foreign borrowed word. Right? So I don't know sharpen is like what language lah, but to them it's a foreign borrowed word. Okay, let's continue. Hasami. Hasami, kata, kata. Right, so double T, double A, we split the T with the first, we pronounce the first one, cut, cut, right, then ta, so kata. Right, there's pen knife. At the same time, I don't know where they got the word cutter. Maybe it's the word cutter. But they just call it pen knife. I don't know. So they're very weird, Japanese. Okay, then stapler, as I mentioned yesterday, hochkisu. Hochkisu. Okay, then you might be thinking, how come this one is not C, like this H-O-T? Why is it H-O-T and not H-O-C? Right, so if you remember the TSU, not TSU, the CHI row is actually at the T row of the hiragana chart. So technically it's supposed to be a TI lah. Okay, it's supposed to be a TI sound, but T sounds very weird, so they just change it to chi. So when we have chi, the word before is using the T double consonant, right? So hochkisu. Alright, this is just a FYI for you. If you're wondering how come it's not double C, okay? Sometimes we do use double C sound. For example, we have this word called bochi. Bochi simply means lonely, like one person. Okay, so if you put botchi, bochi, sounds like bochi as well. Like, so this C and this T, different people will interpret differently. But I would say also it's okay to have double C sound, and also okay to have to replace the C with a T sound as well. Right? Bochi, bochi. I think both sound the same. Okay, next. Serotape. Serotape. Right, this means scotch tape. I don't know why they don't say scotch tape. Why serotape? I don't understand also. Okay, next one. Noto. Noto. At the same time, I don't know why they don't say notebook. They should have just like notebook, just notebook. But instead they just say noto. Right, next one. Jisho. Jisho. Hon. Hon. Zashi. Zashi. Right, double S sound means the first S will go with the front part. Zashi. Next one. Kyokasho. Kyokasho. So there's a U, so we need to drag out the sound. Kyokasho. Kaba. Kaba. Toke. Toke. Megane. Megane. Kasa. Kasa. Okay, keitai. Keitai. So keitai means handheld. It means portable or handheld. Denwa. Denwa. Denwa means phone. So portable phone is mobile phone lah, handphone lah. Okay, so when we put it together, it means handphone. Of course, nowadays people will just go with smartphone, right? So in Japanese, we pronounce smartphone as smaho. Right? They will pronounce it as smaho. Smaho. Right? Smaho simply means smartphone. But they lazy to pronounce the T sound and the sound. So smartphones, the smart and the hone is gone. So they just smaho. Smaho simply refers to smartphone. Okay? So keitai denwa just refers to portable phone, mobile phone. Next, kagi. Kagi. Tabako. Tabako. When we talk about tobacco, of course we need to learn the ashtray also lah. So the ashtray is called haizara. Haizara. So the word zara means, it comes from the word sara. So sara with a S means plate or tray. So hai means ash. So ashtray literally means like ash plate lah. Right? It just means ashes plate. So ashtray. Haizara. Okay, last one. Hako. Hako. Okay. Regarding tobacco, right? So it comes from the word tobacco lah. So tobacco in Japanese, of course, tobacco is a foreign borrowed words, right? But however, over here they put the hiragana. So basically, Japanese people have been smoking for a very long time. So in Japan, they always refer tobacco as the hiragana one. It's rarely that you see that tobacco will be in katakana. Tobacco will most likely be in hiragana because it has been in Japan for a long time. They think that it's not a foreign borrowed word. Yeah, so don't be confused by like you see tobacco and how come it's hiragana and not katakana? It's just because they existed in the country for a long time already.
A couple of questions before you.
Yes.
How do you actually say like the tobacco, the tobacco leaf?
Wow, that one I don't know, sir.
Because it would be the same, right?
You mean the one that they wrap and then they smoke themselves?
Yeah, the tobacco.
Just tobacco.
So tobacco is cigarette, tobacco is also.
Yes, tobacco and cigarette to them is the same thing. Then of course there's cigar also lah. Then that one is like shiga. Right? That one will be like shiga. Right? This means cigar lah. Why she copy? You smoke Don't need the copyright cigar.
One more question.
Yes.
I realized when you pronounce the back, right?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm hearing correctly, but you sort of like not pronounce the N. Is it right? Kaban.
Which N?
The kaban.
Kaba.
You
Okay.
don't pronounce the N.
Kaba. The sound right. Kaba. So to me, Japanese is a very nasal language. So kaba. Kaba, kaba. Can you hear the difference? Kaba, kaba, and kaba.
Kaba.
So the sound is not very, very heavy. It's like kaba.
Okay.
So I don't like kabam. I don't close my mouth. Kaba. So my mouth still remains open, but I still have the end sound coming out.
Kaba.
So I can feel the nasal at the back vibrating. Kaba. Kaba.
Alright, okay. Because
Yeah.
I noticed that you said that.
Yeah. The right way to pronounce it is not really to close your mouth. It's not really like for example, bun, right? Bun. We don't say bun. It's more like ba. Ba.
Kaba.
Like for example, tonight is komba. Right? Komba, not komban. Right? No konbanwa. Konbanwa is it's more like konbanwa. Konbanwa. Like you don't really close your mouth for the end sound. Yeah. But it's okay lah. All this kind is really like a phonics. If you catch it, then you try not to not say it's wrong also. Just that Japanese people can tell the native speakers and the learners very easily apart just by all these nuances. But these are very advanced nuances lah. So you caught it lah. you kind of caught it, so okay. Yeah. Good question though. Thank you. Okay, next page. Camera. Camera. Right, camera. So if you want to know what is DSLR is digital camera, right? So digital, we just use the first two words, digi. So digi camera, right? Camera means camera. So to Japanese people, if you want to say DSLR, we don't say DSLR in Japan. We say digi kame. So we are borrowing the first two letters of digital and the first two letters of camera. So digi kame means DSLR. Right, digicam. So in case you want to buy DSLR, they won't know what is DSLR. So you have to say like digicam, then they know, oh, so you're talking about digital camera. Okay. So for DSLR is digicam. Then again, the word DI, you all haven't learned it in hiragana as well. So how we make this DI sound is really so this is DEI, right? Day. But it's not pronounced as day. It's contracted as well. This is the small version. So this is really pronounced as DI. So you all never learn this. You all will not learn this. This is higher level katakana. This is just for FYI. Okay, in case you're wondering how come digicame is D what? How come I cannot find the D in the entire sheet that I provided you all? It's because this is another higher level word already. For example, the word festival, right? So the word fest, it's actually pronounced as fu-es. So, but you haven't learned, okay, it's not fu-es, it's fest. So you never learn this F-E sound in hiragana also. It's because this is actually written as F-U-E. So it's like a fu-e. So this e is small. Yeah, so all this kind of sound, the entire hiragana or katakana sound list is not ending one. There's a lot of other sounds that at this point in time, if I teach you all, will be a bit more confused. So just know that there are such sounds that you all have not learned yet. How to pronounce.
So they actually use the word festival, because I thought it was like Matsuyo.
No, they use the word FES a lot. Fest. For example, cos fest. Yeah, like cosu fest, that kind of thing. Like it's just a cosplay festival lah. Okay, so they use this kind of word. Then also digicame, the D is very unusual also lah. Not very common. Okay, next for chair is isu. Isu. Desk is tsukue. Tsukue. Alright, so there's a T sound, TSU. So tsukue. Mado. Door. So I told you door is like a bit foreign borrowed words, right? So you see the last column is actually written in katakana. Right? Door. Rekishi. So over here the I is silent. Right? So sometimes we don't pronounce the U, sometimes we don't pronounce the I as well. So in this case, rekishi. I is silent. It's not rekishi. There's no rekishi. It's rekishi. So it's like macam like sound like contracted, double consonant, right? Like rek. Yeah. So this is the purpose also lah. Okay, rekishi. Next, hito. Okay. I want to teach you one more formal way to say hito. It's called kata. Kata. Right? So instead of saying hito, it might be more polite to say kata. Right? So instead of saying like 这个人, it's like more like 这位. Alright, it's more polite. Okay, kata. Next, 学校. 学校. Okay, 学校. So there's double K. The first K will go with the previous one. Then next one, neko. Neko. Right, cat. Next music is 音楽. 音楽. 英語. 英語. マレー語. マレー語. フランス. フランス. スイス. スイス. なん. なん. の. の. ご. Go. So this go is just simply when we put behind a language. For example, we put behind a country. For example, in the case of France, we want to say French. Okay, there's no word, there's no equivalent of French translation in Japanese. We have to say like the country, go. So France go simply refers to French. Then same thing for Korean is Kankoku go. Right? Previous lesson we learned the word Kankoku, which means Korea. So Kankoku plus the word go, it becomes the language. Kankoku go. If I change it to Jin, Jin is person, right? So Kankoku Jin, that means Korean. So Korean language and Korean people, right? Let's see what's happening outside. Oh, hello. 你今天有课啊？哦，OK OK。很晚了，我你才来。That's the school director's wife, the boss wife, 老板娘. Okay. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Lesson 2, identifying a thing. The vocab list okay, no questions. Okay. Okay, lesson 2, identifying a thing. So number 1, これは本です. Alright, so previously we learned this wa is our particle for like is, are, right? So it is still the same, but now we change watashi to kore. So I mentioned to you wa, everything in front is our subject, whatever we want to talk about. Right, so kore is whatever we want to talk about. Then what is kore? If you go back to your vocabulary list, it is this. So it's our 这个 in Chinese lah, okay? So it's like you go to 菜饭 store, kore, so that, right? 这个那个 So this is how they order 菜饭 lah in Japanese. Okay? So これは本です. So 本 is our object here. これ is our subject. So the subject is the object. Right? So we are saying that this is a book.
Question.
Yes.
Is sore and are?
Yes, we'll talk about it in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's go down. Then you see this picture down here. So what is the difference between this それ and あれ? Simply is, for example, in Chinese we say 这个那个, right? So 这个 is これ, 那个 is それ. Then Japanese have one more, あれ. So あれ is really for 那个, which is very very far away. Right? So the differences, how we distinguish the difference is これ is I can see, I can touch. That means like literally is near me, I can touch. それ is I can see, but I can't touch. Okay? あれ is cannot see, cannot touch. That means like somewhere far away. Right? So it's like あれは like very far away. Maybe I'm referring to something that I can't even see myself. Right? Something very far away. So that is the differences between これ, それ and あれ. Okay? So let's go on to the examples. Number 1, これはカバンです. Right? This is bag. This. Right? This is a bag. Right? これは時計です. Right? This is a watch. それは机です. So that is a table. Right? それ becomes that already. それはハサミです. Right? So that is scissors. Alright, that is scissors です. Alright? あれは椅子です. Alright, so that is a chair. Right? Something that is further away from both of you and me. Further away from the listener and the person talking about it. Okay? Next, number 7. これは鉛筆ですか? Right? これ is this, right? So this is pencil. This. Then a question. か. So that means this is a pencil? Question mark. Right? Next. はい、そうです。Right? Yes, it is. Then いいえ. Ne? You can reply either it is not a pencil, or you can say, you can clarify what is it. So in this case, number 1 is 鉛筆ではありません. Then the other reply will be いいえ、万年筆です。万年筆です. So no, it is a fountain pen. Right? So very naturally you can reject and say 2 answers. One is no, it's not a pencil. 2 is no, it's a pen. Right? So it's very natural 2 replies. Number 8, それは辞書ですか? Right? A1 says はい、辞書です. Or はい、そうです. いいえ、辞書じゃありません. いいえ、本です. So you can clarify or you can reject. Okay, New question word. So we learned none just now in the vocabulary list. None is what? So これ is our subject. Then our object in this sentence becomes what. So that means you are asking what is the subject, right? So これは何ですか? That means what is this? Okay, so 何ですか simply means what is this, like what. Okay, A says それは辞書です, right? So you answer that it is a dictionary. Number 10, それは何ですか? So what is that? Right? So this is これ, that is それ. So what is that? それは何ですか? Then the last one, number 11Q. あれは何ですか? Like what is that? Right? Something even further away. What is that? Right? それは何ですか? Door です. Right? It is a door. Any questions for this one? None. Okay. So the word none in Chinese character is written like that lah. Okay. So it depends on what is behind, because there is 2 ways to say this word. It's either none or nani. I think some of you heard nani before, right? So it depends on what is behind. In this case, nan desu ka? So that, when it's that, we use the nan sound. Nan desu ka? If it's for example a no, it's also following the nan sound. Nan no. Right? However, if it is a o sound, okay, if it's a o, let me just write this in another color. It is pronounced as nani. So nani o. Nani o. So it depends on what's behind, that's why they have different sounds. So also come by experience lah. Okay, there is a list, but I don't have the list currently with me. So more of experience, like when is it nan, when is it nani. Okay, but at this stage just take it as nan. We will come across nani as we go along lah. Okay. Of course, nani ga, right? Nani ga ski, right? Some of you probably already heard of the song before. Right? So that one is nani ga. So ga will be nani. Then you know ga is actually from ka, right? But however, we don't say nani ka, we say nan ka. Right? So very confusing. Nan ka, nani ga. So it's very confusing when is it nani or when is it pronounced as nan. It really depends on what is behind it. Okay, let's continue with number 2. No question, we continue with number 2. これは私の鉛筆です. Right? So we learned no previously, right? So A, no, B. It simply means B related to A. In this case, 私の鉛筆. So 鉛筆 is pencil, right? 私 is me, right? So pencil that is related to me, affiliated to me. That means my pencil lah. In this case, it means my pencil. Pencil related to me. So my pencil. So in this case, this note has a meaning of possession. That means this thing belongs to me. Okay, let's look at example. Number 1. これは私の型です. So 私の simply means mine. Right? My cutter. Right? My penknife. Right? My penknife. Number 2. それはあなたのセロテープです. So あなた is you. Right? You no セロテープ. So セロテープ belongs to you. So yours lah. So あなたの simply means yours. right? So if you think about it in Chinese, water, 你的, right? It's also same. Yours, mine. Okay, next one, number 3. それはあなたのタバコです。Right? あなたのタバコ. So your cigarette. Okay, so we'll get to a point where we don't even need to say the item anymore because 私の simply means mine. あなたの simply means yours. So we don't need to say the word, the item behind also. It retains the same meaning. Okay, so let's look at number 6. それは彼のです. Right, see, we never talk about the item, but we just say 彼の. So 彼の simply means 他的. Right, 他的 in English we say his. Right, so 彼の is his. So we don't even talk about any item at all. We just say that is his. Right, so it's okay not to have A and B, we don't have B. Because A, no, simply means belongs to A already. Okay, number 8. これは田中さんの鍵ですか? Then this sentence, これは田中さんの鍵. So we break it down, we just see the middle part. 田中さんの鍵. So it becomes 田中さん's key. Right, key belonging to 田中さん's. Then after that, you look at the question. これは. Right, これは. So これは means this is. So this is 田中さん's key. Then we see the ですか. So it's a question. So this is 田中さん's key? Question mark. Right, so this is how we can form the question. So the reply can be はい、田中さんの鍵です. But however, if we already know we are talking about the key, then we don't even need to say the word key. We can just say 田中さんのです. Right, 田中さんのです. So we don't even talk about 鍵. Or you can just keep it short. そうです. Right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, next. いいえ、それは木村さんの鍵です. Right? いいえ means no. 木村さんの that means it is Kimura. So instead of like telling it is not Tanaka's, you're just clarifying whose one it belongs to. So it belongs to Kimura. Number 9. それは鈴木さんのですか? Right? So それは is that is. Right? 鈴木さんの that means Suzuki-san's apostrophe S. ですか? So that is Suzuki's question mark. Okay, asking a question. Very straightforward, Okay. Let's go on to the new question words. So in this case, number 10Q. これは誰の物差しですか? So remember just now we talked about 誰. 誰 is who. Right? So 誰の simply means 谁的. Right? So whose one? Right? So 誰の is our new question new question of asking, a new way to ask a question on whose thing it belongs to. Can we use これはどなたの物差しですか? Yes, we can also use どなた. Okay? In fact, どなた is more polite. Okay? So we can use the word どなた as well. どなたの物差しですか? That means like whose one in a very polite way. Okay, number 11. それは誰の消しゴムですか? So that is whose eraser ですか? Right? So that means you're asking a question whose eraser it belongs to. Okay, any question about this one? Very straightforward, Okay. Next. Number 3. これは日本語の教科書です. So, as I mentioned to you, no simply means A, not B. That means B related to A. You will retain the same meaning throughout whatever no that we learn in this textbook. So basically it means 教科書. 教科書 is textbook. So textbook related to 日本語, which means Japanese language. So which means you can infer that it is a Japanese language textbook. But the problem is this. Is it a textbook in Japanese language or is it a textbook about Japanese language? That one we cannot be sure. Right? It literally just means Japanese textbook. In English, it's just literally Japanese textbook. Is it a textbook on Japanese language or is it a textbook written in Japanese language? Nobody knows unless you open. Okay, so that's why the translation here, there is 2 translation, right, in the bracket. This is a textbook on Japanese language or this is a Japanese language textbook. Right? Okay, let's look at the example. それは猫の本です. So 猫の本です. There's 2 meaning to it, right? So it can be a book about cats or it can be the cat's book, right? The book belonging to the cat. So it's very unclear in this case, but you can infer lah which one is it. Which one is the more possible one? Right? Which one more makes sense? Number 2, あれは英語の雑誌です。So 雑誌 belonging to 英語 cannot be right. That means 雑誌 about 英語 or 雑誌 that was written in 英語. So either one of these meaning. Okay, number 3, これは中国語の辞書です。Can it be a 辞書, a dictionary belonging to the Chinese language? No, Chinese language cannot own a book. So it must be a dictionary about Chinese language. Right? Okay, new question word number 4. これは何の本ですか? Right? So これは何の本ですか? So now we are asking like what is this book about? Right? So 何の something simply means like what is it about? Or what is it regarding? Right? So 何の. So we have learned the first note just now in lesson 1. We learned it as from somewhere. Then the second one, the note we learned is possession. Like this is my watashi no something, my possession. Number 3, now we learn that this note can also be about something. Right? So about something. So this note is very, very versatile. It's very vague, but it can be used almost anywhere when you want to mention there's a relationship between A and B. It can be used for everything that you want to tell people, hey, there's a relationship. Okay? Let's move on to number 4. この傘は私のです. Right, so wa particle we learned before already. Basically, it means everything in front is our main character. So our main character here is この傘. But what is この? この is this, right, in our dictionary or in our vocabulary list. So what is the difference between これ and この? Right, the main difference between these two is what follows behind the word. So これ immediately followed by は, which is a grammar. Okay, grammar. この is immediately followed by a noun. So what are nouns? Nouns are things like, for example, you, me, chair, table, book, Kovan, Singapore, Japan, Earth. Right? These are all noun. So この has to be accompanied by a noun before we can even talk about the subject, which is は. So for example, この noun は this is how we can use この. この in between the この and the は is a noun. It has to be a noun. Okay, so that means you are more directly referring to the item. Okay, for example, この椅子, right, this chair. Right, so in English, our this can use without any limits. Like we can say this chair or this is a chair. Right, we don't need to like change this to another form. But Japanese we need. For example, これ is this also. この is also this also. But この is when you want to use a noun immediately after it. Right, so we look at more sentences. Number 1. そのカメラは彼のです. Right, so そのカメラ, that camera. は is, right? So that camera is 彼の. 彼の is his. Right? It means belong to this person, belong to him. So belong to him in English we say his. HJLS, right? So this camera is his. This. Right? That's why the translation is this camera is his. Number 2. その箱. So その箱 is that box. Right? That box is 田中さんです. Right? Oh, sorry. Sorry. その箱は彼女のです. So その箱, that box is 彼女の. That means it's hers. That box is hers. Then number 3. あの人は, so あの人 is that person. Right? That person is 田中さんです. So that person is 田中, Mr. Tanaka. Okay? Then if you want to ask question, you just put a ka behind. Right? あの人は田中さんですか? Right? Just put a ka becomes a question already. Okay, next, number 4. この時計はスイスの時計です. Right? So this watch is Swiss watch です. But Swiss no toke is very vague, right? We don't know whether the watch is sold, the person buy the watch from Swiss or the person got the watch made in Swiss. Like, we don't know. But it's a watch that is related to Switzerland. Right? Swiss. Any questions so far? Can you can always ask again later. So kono, sono and ano follows the same rule. Kono is something I can see, I can touch. Sono is something further away from me, I can see but I cannot touch. Ano is really something really far away, beyond my touch, beyond my sight. Like very far away. Okay? Am I missing a page? No. Question word. Yeah, there's no question word. Okay, lesson 2. Conversation. Okay, so in this case, we have this conversation about meishi. So meishi simply means name cards. Okay, meishi. It literally means name card. Okay, so it's between these two same person, Tanaka and Lim. So Tanaka says, Lim-san, これは私の名刺です. Right, so これは is this is. Right, これ is this, right? So 私の simply means mine. Right, water. Right, mine. 私の名刺. So 名刺 is name card. So this is my name card です. Then L says, So is just a filler. It's like how we express shock. Yeah, so is just a filler. So どうもありがとうございます. So it's like, oh, thank you very much. Okay, this ano, A-N-O-U, is different from the A-N-O that we just learned. Okay, this is also another filler. Ano simply means okay, it simply means yeah. So it is a filler to buy time The person probably want to think of what to say. So すみません. Right, you know what すみません already. これは田中さんの電子メールですか? Right, これは So this is 田中さん的電子メールですか? So what is 電子メール? So メール, you can guess it is mail M-A-I-L. Okay, it comes from the word mail. Okay, mail. So 電子, what do you think 電子 is?
電子.
Very good, 電子, which means digital in English. Okay, so 電子 is 電子 in Japanese, in Chinese. So which means digital So digital email, digital mail is email. Alright, digital mail is equals to email. Okay, so we use this 電子 word very often as well. Okay, for example, digital wallet. 電子通貨. Okay, 電子通貨. 通貨 means currency. So digital currency 電子通貨. So it just means digital currency like Bitcoin. Yeah. So we do use 電子 often. Okay, next. He says, はい、そうです. Right, yes. Demo. Okay, the word demo here simply means but. Okay. It's like 但是, right, in Chinese. But. Okay, demo. 会社の電子メールのアドレスです. So we use to know in this sentence, right? 会社の電子メールのアドレスです. So in Chinese we can stack many 的 right? Like 我的亲戚的朋友的孩子的 right? Same in Japanese, we can stack many no. We can stack it. So in this case, it just simply means, okay, now we have A, B, and C, right? So A is 会社, B is 電子メール, C is アドレス. So it just means C is related to B. That means the アドレス related to 電子メール. And then the 電子メール is related to 会社 company. Okay, so it just simply means 公司的电邮的网址. Okay, can So a bit of you okay? A bit confusing. Okay. Then next line. リンさんの 電子メールは何ですか? So, リムさんの電子メール。So, none is what, right? So, リムさんの電子メール。電子メール belonging to リムさん。Right? So, リムさんの電子メールは何ですか? So, you can see the what particle there. So, that means whatever is in front of it is our main subject in this sentence. So, we are interested to know Lim's email address. Right? So, Lim's email address is what? Okay, now. Next, L replies. Right? Is just a filler. It's like Okay. In English, we say Okay. Okay. Sakura @. Right? I know it's an @ mark. In Japanese, they pronounce it as @. Sakura @hogan.com. Right? They don't pronounce dot as dot. They will pronounce dot as dot. So .com. Right? Sakura @hogan.com. です。ところで。So ところで is BTW lah, by the way. Okay. ところで is BTW, by the way. Okay. It's like by the way. Okay. ところでこの番号 right? この番号この is this, right? So this number, right? What? 何ですか? This number is what? Right? T says, right? He showed another shot. それですか? それですか? That one right? Literally is saying, that one? Right? それですか? それは私の携帯の番号です。So 番号 related to 携帯 related to 私。So my phone number. Okay na? That is my phone number です。Then リンさんの電話番号は何番ですか? So リンさんの電話番号。So your Lim's phone number は何番? So 何 is what, right? 番 is from 番号. So 番号 is number, right? So literally just take like the half of it lah. So 何番 you can think of it as NO dot. Short form number. Short form number is NO, right? So what number? There's か. Okay, so リンさんの電話番号は什么 number, right? What number? Okay, then L replies 62827590 です. Okay, ignore the number for now. We will learn it in a while. Okay, so just reply the number です。これは田中さんのうちの住所ですか? Right, so 田中さんのうちの住所. So 住所 related to うち. 住所 is address, by the way. So address related to うち. うち is house or home. So address related to home. So home address lah. Address related to home. Then the home related to Tanaka-san. So it's like saying Tanaka's home's address. Okay na? Then T say, はい、そうです。Yes, it is right. You are right. Then J says, じゃあ、これは会社の住所ですね。So じゃあ is like another filler. It's like so. It's like saying so. Okay? じゃあ is like saying so. So これは this is 会社の company's 住所 company's address. Okay, so that's all for the conversation. Any questions or you want me to repeat anything? A bit dry here lah, sorry. Okay, we have 2 person to practice conversation. Any 2 want to volunteer? Or we just get the other 2 that haven't tried? Okay, okay lah. Gentleman at the back can be Tanaka. Then Chloe can be Lim. Okay, come start with Tanaka. Very good.
どうもありがとうございます。すみません。これは田中さんの電子メールですか?
Okay.
はい、そ
そうです。
Very good.
でも会社の電子メールのアドレスです。
Very good.
リンさんの電子メールは何ですか？
桜
Okay.
.com です。
Okay.
ところこの番号は何ですか？
ああ、そうですか。
それですか。
それですか。それは私の携帯の番号です。
Very good.
リンさんの電話番号は何ですか？
何番ですか？
何番ですか？
628-7590
Good.
です。これは田中さんのうちの住所ですか？
はい、そうです。
じゃあこれは会社の住所ですね。
Okay. I think the intonation a bit off, but I think it's not bad a try. Okay. Just the intonation some places a bit off, but it's okay. Okay, so for ju is W, right? So 住所. Right, repeat after me, 住所.
住
It's not 住所, it's 住所.
所
Right, we need to go down a bit more, right? Pronounce down a bit more. 住所. Okay, and then I think one more is the above. ありがとう.
ありがとう
Okay, it's not just ありがとう, it's ありがとう. と. Okay, pronounce the と sound with me. とありがとう. Right, it's a long O sound. It's just not just ありがとう. ありがとう. Right, you need to drag out the sound. Okay? Okay, then I think 電子 also sounds a bit weird just now. So repeat after me. 電子 Okay, much better. Okay, that's all for conversation. Okay, we will take a break. Maybe come back around 8:55. Okay, so now it's 8:47. 8 minutes break. And then while you're at it, just flip your book to the back, the appendix. We need to look at the numbers. So yeah, let's go to the toilet. Once you come back, just flip to the back of the book. Appendix A. We'll talk about the numbers. That one is but. Appendix A, all the way back. You flip from the back. Appendix A. Yeah. Come, sambal mama. I missed it already. Yeah, just wait for me. Your daughter joining us? Or today just miss the day?
Just miss the day.
Oh, okay. I thought I not good when she don't mind. Okay. Any questions? You okay?
Yep.
So, you are not sure, just ask. Let's see. Anybody have questions, just feel free to ask. If you have questions about traveling Japan, I also can answer. Yeah. If you want like tips on how to travel, like recommendations in whatever area, I also can also give.
Well, what are the things then that people usually don't know about?
Wow, now you ask me, it's very, very general question.
Yeah, it's very general. Like this.
Top of my head, I can't think of anything right now. Maybe you categorize that, specify a category.
I think just getting around. You know,
Getting around. Okay, from Narita Airport to make downtown Tokyo, what's the cheapest you think it would be? Like what ways have you tried to get from Narita Airport to downtown Tokyo?
Obviously I did Skyliner once.
That is around.
That's the most expensive, I think.
Yeah, it is one of the more expensive.
Yeah.
The most expensive taxi,
Yeah.
That's the second most expensive.
I've done Next and.
That's also the second most expensive.
I would say that Skyliner cost a bit more, I think.
Yeah, true.
But
So you don't have to take all these two actually. There is a few options. So if you want about same time as the Next and Skyliner and still get to Tokyo Central, like for example Ginza, you can try the Keisei, not Keisei Skyliner. Keisei got another one called the Access Tokyo. It's an orange colour sign at the Narita
I
Airport.
don't think it's not.
So the Skyliner and the Keisei normal train line got two entrances. One entrance is to the Keisei Skyliner entrance, and the other one is to this normal train, like commuter trains. So this Tokyo means express. Okay, so express train line is considered normal fare. You don't pay extra for this fare actually. So what is the difference is it actually has a few more stops than the Skyliner, but the Skyliner will be a one stop straight go to Ueno. The Access Skyliner will stop at the major stops. It's still express, but they will stop at the major stop. For example, they pass by Chiba City, they will have one stop at Chiba, they will have one stop just before entering Tokyo. And then the good thing is it enters the subway system. So it's a very unique thing of Japanese trains. So their entire train system, it can be like one train line from maybe point A to point B. In the middle, they can change driver at point C and point D. Then between the each section is a different operator. So the Keisei operator is from the airport to this D point, like let's say Asakusa. Then from Asakusa to Shinagawa, this section is the Asakusa subway line. So that express train from express, it goes inside the subway system, then it stops at every stop. Then once it exits the subway system, it becomes another express train to Haneda Airport.
But it's the same train.
It's the same train. So you can sleep at Narita and then you wake up at Haneda Airport. One direct train.
So the best way to get from Narita to Haneda would be that way.
Yes, that one. Then the subway system, right, Ginza subway system. So if you are going to somewhere along that Ginza subway system, then it might be more convenient to take that one. But I wouldn't say it's far from there's a Higashi Ginza station. It's actually just 5 minutes to 10 minutes walk to Tokyo Station. So you can save money, you can save half the price rather than you buy a ticket for NEX, which can cost like $30. It only costs like 1,300 yen, so it's like maybe Singapore HDD $11 only. To Higashi Ginza Station, and then you walk like 10 minutes to Tokyo Station. Then you can change your Shinkansen, you can take your long distance bus, etc.
Is that on the Yamate line?
No.
No.
So JR and the metro system is two different systems. The JR they don't want to share tracks with anybody. They just want to have their own tracks. So what I'm saying is this Keisei they share the track with Asakusa subway line, and they also own the track beyond the Shinagawa station to Haneda Airport. So they own this track, but in the middle they don't own the track. It's another company, so they just pass the driver over, they change the driver, but the train go run through. So the train right, they got two kind of train. One train belongs to the subway operator, one train belongs to the Keisei operator. So it's the true service now. So they take turns to drive the train. It's like, since anyway your train is going to pass by my section, then you lend me your train for my section. That kind of thing.
Very interesting.
So very interesting system. Yeah. So I like to take this system more than the Keisei, the Ueno one, as well as the Narita Express one.
Because I saw a flight to I think the JR flight to Sapporo. It's actually it actually requires me to change the train from change airport Narita to Haneda.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that was best because like my transit I think is about 2 hours.
Can you will make it, but then domestic close 1 hour before, no, 40 minutes before. Domestic close 40 minutes before. That train system, the train from Narita all the way to Haneda, it takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And then it's direct, right? It's direct. It's a bit longer, but it's direct. Or you can consider a low cost bus also. There will be bus that connect from Narita Airport to Haneda Airport also.
But in that case, I need to account for also immigration clearance, right?
At Narita Airport, yes.
Yeah.
So wherever you enter the country.
So that's 30 minutes there, and then after that is another hour and a half to get to Haneda. That's 2 hours.
Correct. So I think your transfer might be a bit tight, unless you book together one ticket.
It's one same booking. So it's JL.
So they have to take care of if you miss the flight, then they have to take care of you.
Yeah,
they will change your flight for you. So in a way, you don't need to worry lah.
Yeah, I know, but I want to deal with that, right?
Yeah, true. So the best is to take that train, or you can take the low cost bus.
It's not the access like ACC.
ACCS Express Tokyo TOKYU. Yeah.
TOKYE.
Yeah. That one is
TOKYE, is it?
KYU.
Tokyo. Access to
Tokyo. Yeah. So it immediately cuts through the city center and then go to Haneda Airport. But the train only run once every 30 minutes, so you need to catch the one that is the one correct one. There's a lot of train departing that Narita Airport, so you need to make sure it's the access Tokyo. It's very obvious it's like the orange color sign on the train. Like, they have LED display on the side, right? So it'll be orange color.
But if you, in that case, this train, right, because like if you go down from Narita Airport, right, to the train station, right, I only see, I don't see this one, I only see like one side is Skyliner, the other side is
local trains.
Thanks.
The one is okay. So of course one side is by JR, one side is by Keisei. So when you go in for the JR one, right, you go in. There's literally only 2 platforms. The 2 platforms, right, is literally you have to see which one is the next one, the NEX one. If it's not it's the very old looking one, then it's not next. It's the very nice looking one, then it's next. Very simple. But when you go down to this Keisei, when you go into Keisei's platform, there's another fare gate that you need to tap in. That is for the Keisei Skyline. So before that, there's one area you just go down the escalator. That's for the local normal train.
That's the one.
Yeah. Then the local train, you need to watch out for the orange color logo one. Then that one is the access Tokyo.
Okay, that's a good tip.
So it's just one fare gate before the fare gate for the Skyliner. Yeah. For Skyliner, you need to pass through two fare gate. Yeah.
Did you have plans to move to Japan or work in Japan?
The more you learn about the country, the more you know how.
Since you already know the language, so
You will learn that their culture there, their working culture there is not exactly the best lah. I do wanted to go to Japan and work last time, but I didn't quite like their culture. So I was my first company was a Japanese company. I saw how they passed me up for promotion, then they promoted the Japanese me faster. So I didn't quite like that culture lah. So that's why I left the company. So you go there, you'll be more discriminated. I mean, it's normal lah. You want to promote your own people, right? So no matter how good you are at Japanese, they will still think that you are not Japanese. You see, they are very xenophobic. Yeah. But I'm not saying all Japanese like some of them are like that. So if you are unlucky enough, then you go to such company. Yeah. Then it's up to you whether you want to quit or not. For me, I chose to quit lah, because I didn't quite agree with how they're promoting people. So I wanted to go to a place where they promote people more fairly.
Was the pay different?
It depends on country. If you're working in Singapore, your pay is higher. If you're working in Japan, your pay is going to be lower.
Because like, do they pay Japanese people?
Sorry?
Do they pay Japanese people like higher?
No. In the same country, they have to go by the benchmark, the salary benchmark. But the reason why they pay lower in Japan is because they cover a lot of things. So they don't just pay you a salary, they also cover you your transportation, they also cover your healthcare, your rental, and then etc. lah. There's a lot of other benefits also. So if you consider all the benefits, you value them at a certain amount, then you plus your salary, I think it's about the same as Singapore also lah. Yeah.
What in Singapore Japanese corporation? Like
Yeah,
the
previously was.
Japanese banks that is MNC I mean as in international presence.
Yeah.
Like SMBC, MUFG, all
Yeah.
this. They have offices all around the world.
Yes.
So they also have, yes, they have Japanese, which they kind of take care of, but they also need some local
Yeah.
people as their management for that country.
Yes.
So if you can speak their language and you are capable, they will treat you well.
In a
Take
way,
care of that
yes.
branch for the.
But you will never be one of them. You see, you will treat you well,
It's
but you will
how-
never be one of them.
You could be the top in that country.
Yeah.
But if you are very good, they will still, but very very rarely they will kind of allow you to the head office but very rarely. But you already like the top guy in the country already.
Hard
Take
to
care of
say.
their branch.
Hard to say. I know 2 person who speak very good Japanese, and they were head of the local branch in Singapore.
Okay.
During COVID, the first to fire is them. The first to be let go during COVID is them, the Singaporeans. It's not the Japanese people. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but that is the case. That is the reality lah. So after I experienced this, right, those people, they very smart. They went to open their own company because they are the one with the connection. They are the one that set up the operation in Singapore. So they know what to do. So in the end, they stole the business from the company lah. So when after COVID they want to restart, right, the customer all kena steal already, stolen already. Yeah. You want go to?
Did you speak Japanese like at home like my parents?
No. So I mentioned to you in the first lesson, right, you need to find a way to speak Japanese, right? So at home I speak Chinese, Hokkien. With my friends I speak English, and then at work I speak Japanese. Yeah. So you need a place to practice your language.
What should you recommend for like? I mean, like I have no questions. I don't know.
Work lah, work. For me it's work. Sometimes I do have like when I'm showering, like people like to sing in the shower, but I prefer to like on the news, Japanese news. So you know YouTube, they have those ANN news live. Yeah, so I just play the news live, then I just shower, then I hear Japanese in the background. So when you hear, the more you hear Japanese, the more you become very familiar with the language, even though you don't understand what you're saying. But you can hear all the hiragana, like the wa, sa, all the, then slowly you can piece some words together, and then you like, hey, tsukuwe, for example, table, tsukuwe. Then I heard this word before, tsukuwe, oh, they're talking about table. Then like, kono, oh yeah, this one. It's slowly you feel that you're very familiarizing the language. You get more and more familiar with the language. Yeah.
You teach your siblings.
They're not interested. For me, I never knew I was interested in Japanese until I reached high school. After high school, just when I was in NS lah. When I was in NS, after everything settled down already, I was like, wow, nothing to do, very lost. So I like, maybe I want to pick up a new language. Then lucky my supervisor was okay. You can go home every day and go for Japanese class. Yeah, in a way. So
my
it's.
place got Sri Lankan that can speak Japanese very well. So he spoke Japanese to the Japanese during meetings. So I mean, to us he's like almost, the way he speaks almost as good as them. I don't know how much he is accepted by them.
Yeah.
But he could speak very fluently with them during the meetings.
It's like that one. I also like that, but I just feel that there's always you will never be a Japanese. That's all I can say.
You must go and drink with them.
I will go and drink them, but I will still never be part of them. You see, I will never be in their inner circle, unless that's why I told you I joined an American company. There are some Japanese in my company, so they got no choice but to accept Japanese speaking people into their circle because if not the circle very small. So this is why I like where I am right now lah. The promotion opportunity is the same. They will not promote Japanese more than me because it's an American company. They don't care. They just want person who can produce the most success. The person the KPI hit the faster, then you promote. Not like Japanese company. Even if you hit the KPI, oh this person Japanese this person understand Japanese culture more than this person this person grew up in Japan that kind of thing. Then they will promote the other person. It's not really about merit lah.
In fact, you have age in the American company because you can be a bridge between English speaking and
Correct.
become more valuable to them.
That's one of it also lah. For me, I find myself in Japanese company, right? What I am there, like what I am to them is just a show off piece. Like, I managed to hire this person NUS one can speak Japanese Singaporean I'm more to them. I'm more like a piece to show off, rather than I'm valued as an employee. I'm like their show off, like the boss. One company with another company, they like to show off. So how many Japanese speaking Singaporean you hire? That kind of thing. It's like more of a show off thing. So I didn't quite like that kind of culture. It's like, I managed to hire this person.
You have friends that are Japanese?
I do. They are Japanese, half Japanese, Singaporean Japan half, pure Japanese living in Singapore. I have. So you need to expose yourself to many of these kind of people, and the best way is to work part time. You go and find part time, then you know more of them. Then maybe they bring you out, or maybe they bring you to their dinner. Then you know more Japanese people. Yeah. So Japanese people in Singapore is increasing a lot. A lot of them are giving up on their own country because the country is stagnant. They have been stagnating for a very long time. So a lot of companies in Japan, they want to expand overseas because their market is already saturated. They cannot get more profit from Japan already, so they have to go overseas. So because of this, a lot of Japanese actually they move overseas, then they realize actually the life overseas better. Rather than being a Japanese citizen, maybe Singaporean PR is much better. Yeah, so a lot of them actually move to Singapore actually.
Japanese colleagues also say so.
Now I realize school right, they got a lot of foreigners really.
Yeah, primary school and secondary school, right?
They
Yeah.
got Korean,
Yeah.
China, all sorts.
Yep. I think no choice. We are Singaporeans are minority in our country now, so we need to accept a lot more people to kind of build up our population. And because of this, maybe we get more foreigners within our people. I mean, my JC, my class itself, close to half was PR and student pass, like my JC. So I was like, very universal. Yes.
Some Japanese come to Singapore take life better here because that sometimes Japan is extremely cold.
That's one reason also. I have one person who cannot live in Japan during winter because of heart condition.
Like people in Hokkaido, the country is always very cold.
Yeah.
During summer.
Summer is not that cold. Hokkaido maybe is like Genting temperature.
My mom said it was 16 degrees Celsius when she was there.
Summer is August. Yeah, you let her know August in Hokkaido is almost 27, 28.
Coolest I experienced in Japan was -3.
Yeah, somewhere. The coldest I have been in Japan was -12 in a town called Kushiro in Hokkaido. It's not that bad. If you want to compare the cold, Korea cold is worse than Japan's cold. So, yeah.
I had experienced extreme cold and somehow managed to get down and got injury. So you know the mountain
Yeah.
with the where you can see the lake. Yeah, I went up
Mountains,
there.
there's a lot of mountains they can see.
But then a snowstorm happened
Okay,
while I was outside,
must be the very lucky one.
and when I checked the temperature it was negative 5 something. My baby brother was crying in pain already, so my mom had to take him in.
It's the dryness sometimes. It's too dry.
Yeah.
But speaking of dryness, I think China's winter is very, very dry. If you don't put moisturizer, you'll die. But Japan one is still okay. But China's one is very dry. Korea is just very cold. China is very dry. Japan is like a balance. So that's why I don't mind moving to Japan, but I only plan to move there when I retire. Because honestly, I don't see myself working there. Their company is the culture there is terrible, and I don't agree with their CPF system there. So they call it NNK, so which means like pension fund. So it's similar to our CPF, just that you pay the government. The government keeps the money for you in Singapore, right? But for them is they don't keep the money for you. They keep the money for the current elderly people. So they redistribute the wealth to the elderly people who choose to be unemployed or who choose to not have savings when they're young, which is quite stupid I feel. So in this case that means like, oh, when I'm old, then I just take money from government.
Houses and like cars, they are very cheap.
It is very cheap, I swear. It is very, very cheap. Every time I drive past the second hand store, I'm like, wow, if only I can buy this price in Singapore.
My father managed to buy a DLC for a game for $16, which is $14 off from the actual game in Singapore itself.
Yeah. I think honestly the consumption price in Japan is very cheap. I talking about DLCs, I managed to buy a Pokemon DLC add-on for my game at only 3,000 yen, which is like what, 26 SGD. Singapore price is 45.
Was it for like Pokemon T?
Yeah, so it's like 26 versus 45. All you need to do is fly there and buy
That's why
the
when
code
I
card.
fly there, I'm gonna buy the whole shelf of Japanese.
Yes. That's why I want to retire there because I think it's cheap enough to retire there. But I'm not saying the restaurants are cheap to dine in. You have to self-cook. Most of the Japanese people, they cook themselves. That's why you see the bento things. So you cook yourself there and then you have your own house already. Precisely, your daily living allowance is probably only 2/3 of Singapore or maybe even half of Singapore only. It's way cheaper to retire in Japan. But of course, Malaysia...
Because recent of the winners in the game,
Not just that actually.
It wasn't that cheap like
Okay, true. You
10
have a
years,
point.
10 years back.
You have a point. You have a point. But nowadays, more and more people are moving out of Japan. So the property prices outside the city is dropping. More of them are moving into the city. Then less people want to stay outside the city. So my goal is to live outside Japan city but still close enough to get to Tokyo so I can fly to Singapore also. So
No, I was thinking like if I retire there, right? No, imagine if I open my window, I see a mountain instead of I see like
Bukit Timah.
building.
That's what my plan is also. I like to see mountain, and there's
Yeah,
no
like-
mountain to see in Singapore.
It's like suddenly when you take the train, you realize that you see scenery instead of
Yep. HDB, right?
yeah.
It's very disappointing. Yeah.
Oh, it would be nice to go to Japan and not waking up in the morning and outside the window only to get sprayed by some random person's air conditioner.
Oh, the compressor.
filter.
The compressor. Okay lah, no choice. You have to earn money to move there, right? And you have to get.
But the thing about cold is
A
that you
certain
need
level of
a
Japanese.
dryer. You can't dry outside.
In winter?
Yeah.
Oh, you can dry it in the house.
But you have to
I did
get a dryer.
No. So basically, you can warm the house up with a chimney.
Oh.
So if you warm up the house up with a chimney, you can just dry your clothes in the house, right? Some of the houses they also have this sauna room. You can even dry it in the sauna room as well. Yeah, it's very.
We tried to dry like wet clothes out in the winter before, and
Mhm.
but when we brought the shirt back in, it was so hot and
I mean, if it's wet and then you put it out, of course.
we had to thaw it out.
Yeah.
Or just spray it with water.
Yeah. So we are not Singaporeans are not ready for winter. So I never rent a car there, or I never do my laundry outdoors. So I will always hang it indoors, dry it indoors. So whenever I'm there during winter, I would use my hotel room. If my hotel has a dryer, I will use the dryer. Yeah. If there's no dryer, then I'll just hang around my room. I wouldn't put it outside in the balcony because it will harden. Yes.
Yeah, I realized those apartments, right? Because got one time I stayed in Japan, then like we stayed in like those apartments. Then I left. I was staying on the 3rd floor. Then Google didn't even say that the apartment didn't have a lift. So then I had 4 luggages. So I had to. So my whole family had.
I don't think Google will tell you that lah. So you have to look at Street View and then you have to see where is the elevator shaft, or you have to ask the person, the Airbnb, whether there's an elevator. If not, Japan is the land of stairs lah. Welcome to that. Okay, yeah, interesting experiences. Yeah, my goal is to retire in Japan lah. We can carry on this conversation again tomorrow during our break. Okay, first let's talk about numbers. I think they are very important. If you want to retire there, make sure you know how to count. Alright, so some of you I believe you know ichi-ni-san, but that's not all to it lah. Okay, so just repeat after me. Ichi, ichi, ni, ni, san, san, yon, yon, shi, shi. I will explain why the second reading in a while. Go, go, roku, roku, nana, nana, shichi, shichi, hachi, hachi, kyu, kyu, ku, ku, ju, ju. Okay, the reason why there's a second reading is because, for example, the calendar month and the calendar day, they use different number to say different things. This is for the listener to be able to distinguish that I'm talking about the month, I'm talking about the day. Alright, then you might be wondering why they don't just use for all. But sometimes it's cooler to say the other way for some numbers lah. For example, she in Chinese we say die, right? Like in Japanese also, she means die also. So sometimes we don't want to say like death o'clock, that kind of thing. Right? So instead we use the other way to say it. Right? So we will see this again in a while. So just bear with me first. Okay, 11, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19. So if you realize, it's like ju and then the number behind, right? So it's like our Chinese way of, it's like the same as Chinese, right? Literally, 11 is 10, 1, right? 11, right? So it's 10 and 1. So ju, ichi is literally the same as Chinese, counting system in Chinese. Right? Let's carry on with 20. So same thing is like 2, 10, right? In Chinese we say 2, 10, right? So literally 20 is 2 and 10. So 20, 20, 21, 21, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90. Right? For this is 20, 30, 40, 50. Same as Chinese counting system. It's literally, for example, 70 is 70, so it's 7, 10. 7 and 10. So literally same as Chinese. Next 100. 100, 100, 200, 200. Then you see why 100 don't have like what 100. No need. We don't need to say 100. The moment you say 100 is already 100. So we don't need to say 100. No need to say the number. Okay. Next 300. 300. Then you look at the spelling. I thought it's 100. How come H becomes B? Like 100 becomes 100. Then this is because the creator tried to be funny. Okay, so 300 is 300. So you just need to memorize this, no choice. Okay, just need to memorize this, 300. Next, 400, 400, 500, 500, 600, 600. Then you like, how come it's 100 now? Then the 6 is not roku but rop. So actually this one will make it sound cooler. This one make it sound a bit more cool. Right, you say roku hyaku sounds a bit weird. Like not very, it's very mouthful. So ropyaku, like just contract the sound, then you have less breath to say. Ropyaku. Easier to say also, more catchy also. Okay, so 600 is also special. Next, 700, 700, 800, 800. Right, so it's not 800. Sounds very hard, like very hard to say. 800. Sounds very, very not 顺口. It's not very easy to say, not very natural. So 800 is easier. Right, next one, 900. 900. Okay, next one, the thousands. So sen. Right, we don't say 1 sen or 1 sen. Right, we just say sen. Sen will already means 1000. Next, 2 sen. 2 sen. 3 sen. 3 sen. So you see 3 try to be funny again, right? Sen becomes zen. Right? So Z-E-N, san zen. Yon sen. Yon sen. Go sen. Go sen. Lok sen. Lok sen. Right? The U is silent, Lok sen. 7,000. Nana sen. Nana sen. 8,000. 8,000. Hasen. Hasen. Right? Not hachi sen. Hachi sen sounds mouthful, very hard to say. Right? Hasen sounds easier. 9,000. Q sen. Q sen. Right? Drag out the W sound, Q sen. Okay, next. Ichima. Ichima. Right? So this is 10,000. Right? So our Chinese counting system also we use 1,000. Right? But however, Singaporean Chinese are very lazy people. They will just say 10,000 instead of 1,000. Right? Because we follow the English counting system a lot, right? 10,000, then it's literally 10 and 1,000. So we always say 10,000. But Japanese, they don't say jusen, right? They don't say jusen. It's very, very weird, right? They will go with, we are at the back, Appendix A. Right, Appendix A. Right? Okay. So we don't say 10,000 in Japanese. We have to say ichima, right? So ichima is 1,000, right? Which means 10,000. So please be careful and don't say jusen. There's no such thing as jusen. The Japanese people will be confused. What are you trying to say, right? So ichima. So ichima and currently the exchange rate is like 1:120. But let's assume it's 1:100. So it's around $100 Singapore lah. Okay, it's around $100 Singapore. So how much do you need to memorize? I think for the kids, maybe until Ichiman will be fine. For the adults, maybe until Juman, which is the next one. Juman. Okay, Juman, literally 10,000. Okay, 10,000 okay? 10,000. Okay, so that one is already $1,000. I don't think you will bring more than $1,000 or, for example, this Juman is 10,000, sorry. 100,000, right? So Juman is already 1,000 equivalent SGD. So instead of Juman, maybe you can say Q Juman, right? Q Juman means 90 man, right? So 90 man is already 9,000 SGD. I don't think you'll bring more than 9,000 SGD to Japan. So the counting, if you want to memorize or want to study, maybe until this digit will be fine. First 6 digit will be fine, right? The rest, Hyakuma is already 1 million already, 1 million yen. That one, unless you go casino or you buy a car there, you probably will not hear this number lah. Okay, and then Senman, right? So you can see the man, and then the behind is just 1, 10, 100, and 1,000. So this is how they increase to how to explain the value in bigger number lah, bigger value. Then next is 100 million. So 100 million in Japanese we call it Ichioku. Ichioku. Right? So Ichioku is not 1 billion, it's only 0.1 billion. Right? So please be careful and don't make the careless mistake here. But I mean, you won't need to count this so big lah. The most you need to count is maybe until Juma. That's all in Japan. Okay? So how do we count them? Let's look on the next page. How do we count numbers, or how do we explain numbers? So in English, you see we put a comma every 3 digits, right? We put a comma after the 100, we put a comma after the 100,000, right? That means we are grouping the numbers together by 3, 3, 3, right? Japanese, we group the number by 4, 4, 4. Do you understand this 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4, 4? Right? This 4, 4, 4 is because 4 digits, 40 is Ichima. It's already 1 month, Ichima. Right? So that's why we separate them by 4 digits. Right? So the first 4 will how we explained it normally. Then the next 4 will be with a month at the back. Right? So let's learn how to read numbers. We go on to the table below. Okay, the table below you can see 5,000. 5,000 is very easy. Go sen. Right? Go sen. Literally 5,000. Then you look at the next one, 700,000. 700,000, remember this is English. If we say 700,000, this is English. But we need to cut at the 4th digit mark. So you see on the screen, we cut after 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is after the red line? 70. Right? After the red line is 70, right? So 70 is nanaju, right? 70, right, in Chinese. So in Japanese it will be nanaju. So nanaju man. The red line I draw here is the man line. So whatever is after the red line will be man. Before will be 70. So nanaju man. So this is how you write the numbers out, right? Nanaju man. Right, I won't talk about the big numbers. Let's carry on to the next dotted line below the dotted line. So for 11,000, we need to separate at the 4th digit mark, right? So we separate between the two ones. So the first one is with the man. So we say ichiman. So after the ichiman, then we still have one more one on the right side of the red line here. So the one is 1,000. So 1,000 is sen. So literally we put them together, ichiman sen. Right, ichiman sen. Then the next one, juniman. Right, same thing. We draw the red line. First, the first 4 digit is 0. After that, the red line is 12. So 12 is juni. So literally, this will be juniman. Okay, now. Then the next number, we continue to draw downwards the line. First 4 digit is 0. The next 3 digit is 140. So 140. So 100 is 100, right? 40 is 40, right? 40, literally 40. So 140 man. Okay, now. Okay, let's go back to this Japanese thingy. Okay, so you can see this number 32. 32 is, in Chinese we say 32, right? So in Japanese is 32. Right? 32. Then our 400. 400 is 400. 400. Then 5,000 is 5,000. 5,000. Then 6 is in the man position already. But before we see 6, we see the 7. Okay, so 76. 76 is 76. So 76. Right, literally 7, 10, 6, right? So 76 man. So how we gonna say this 6 digit 765432 is 76万5432. Okay, it's very similar to how we say the number in Chinese. Okay, so I won't talk about the first 6 numbers because we all need to calculate. We don't need to count so much. Okay, so now I have a challenge for you. I will give you 5 minutes. I have your phone numbers here. Please tell me your last 6 digits of your phone number. Or okay, first 6 digit. First 6 digit of your phone number. Give it to me in Japanese. I'm not. Do you know your phone number?
Yes, I do.
Wait, you mean name like the numbers of the 1,000?
I want you to write out full. Not just telling me like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell me 1,400 something. This is a practice so I can see whether you understood.
It's just that my first 6 digits are 809527.
Yes, it's just that 6 numbers. Write it out. Try to write it out. You can use the back part. So you can use this page to help you, the numerals page. Write the numbers up, right? How would you say this in Japanese? So first we draw the line between the first 4 digits and beyond that, right? Very good. Then what is this? 80. What is 80 in Japanese? Chiju, then the line will be the man position, right? So Chiju man,
Oh,
right? Chiju man. Very good. No?
Because
No, the month only say one time.
no.
So whatever is behind your, so 88, right? So 88, how to say? Right. So you draw a line here, then whatever is here, you just say together. Like you just pretend that here is here. But just that you need to add a 1 behind it. No, you draw the line along this. Okay. So whatever is behind is normal, we count it as normal. So this is the ones, tens, 100,000. Then same thing, this is the tens and ones. Just that we just have to say it like a month here to separate them from the others. Right? You good? So 500 is whole. Very good. What is 88 in Japanese first? For the previous page. How to say 88? 80. Then what's 8? 88. Right, 88. Okay, then you write 88. This is the man position, right? So 88 man. We look at this position. This is the 100,000, 1,000. So 1,000 is 6,000, right? So 6,000. Then 300. Then the normal numbers. Right? Let me know once you're ready, huh? So okay, help me to sign. Help me sign.
At this point, you can just quickly just start, right? You have to think about it.
No. Because I have to do business ma. So I have to know the month thing very well. So I had it in my head. And the conversion, currency conversion as well. Yeah, I'll ask you to read out, so I think yours is correct. I'll ask you to read out, then I will try to guess your number. Now I'll ask you to guess your number. So you read out to me, I try to guess your number. Okay. Maybe the first one at the back is Mr. Yongli. 97万 4,000 300 very good 78 you all try to guess also yes you're correct the way you say is correct so he also mentioned 300 right so he said 300 it's not hyaku so 300 very good right thank you next Sean
81万
9900 68 Yep, correct also, right? Very nice. If I can guess the number means I'm correct. Come, Sora. 80万9,000 527 Let me see. Yes, I'm correct as well. Okay. Come, last one. 88万 336 Let me see. Correct. I'm correct also. Very good. So you all can write your own numbers out. The first 6 digits lah. I think first 6 digits is good enough already. Because you won't need to spend more than that money in Japan. Okay, first 6 digits is fine. Very good. Any questions about number? Easy Okay, we move on to the next one.
Is there any formulas to remember
No leh. What do you mean by formulas?
No, I mean, is there any way to easily remember the weird ones?
I don't think so eh.
Okay, so just have it memorized.
It's very similar to Chinese law, I would say, like Hyaku is pai. I mean, it just comes naturally lah.
No, it's not the yaku and all those things,
Oh.
it's just the sam yaku. Sam.
Oh, the
And
patterns ah.
yeah.
368 are the special ones ah. Yeah, usually it's a 368 ah. Okay. The more you use it, then the more you are aware lah. People will correct you or something like that. Okay, let's go on to the next page. Time and day of the week. Okay. Yeah. This, you need to charge your phone?
Yeah.
I can help you charge it. Let me see. This is USB-C. Okay, it's charging. Okay, so time and day of the week. This is when we need to use the second reading of the numbers. Right? So you look at this 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, ichiji. Okay, repeat after me. Ichiji. Niji. Niji. 3時 4時 5時 6時 7時 8時 9時 10時 11時 12時 Right, so let's look at 4, 7, and 9. Right, just now the counting was what? The hundreds one was 3, 6, 8, right? So now the special one is 4, 7, and 9. So what's so special? 7, they are using the second sound, right? Shchi. Right, just now it was nana or shchi, but now it's using shchi. Then the 9, instead of saying Q, we are using ku. Right, so we're not saying QG, but kuji. It's the second reading. But then let's look at 4. Yoji. But the second reading is shi. Why not shiji? Shiji simply means your death time has come. Okay? So shi is die, right? So shiji simply is death o'clock, which means like what? 死城. So we don't want to say something that's not inauspicious. Neither they want to use the word yonji. So they just decide to compromise and say yoji. Right, so please take note of the special reading in 4, 7, and 9. Okay, this is for o'clock. This is for o'clock. Then we go down to the numbers. Okay, 1 minute is ippun. Repeat after me. Ippun. Ippun. 2分. 2分. 3分. 3分. 4分. 4分. 5分. 5分. 6分 6分 7分 7分 8分 8分 or sometimes we also say 8分 8分 okay 9分 9分 10分 10分 okay, let's pause here first. Okay, then we look at the same 4, 7, and 9. See, 4 minutes is 4分, right? 7 minutes is 7分. Then 9 minutes is 9分. So they're using back the original counting system for the minutes. So the hours and the minutes are using two different separate counting system. Okay, let's not talk about pun first. Let's talk about numbers. Then we look at number 1. It's not ichipun, right? It's not ichipun. It's ippun, right? So it sounds cooler to say ippun rather than ichipun. Like ichipun sounds so weird. So ippun sounds much more native, much more natural, right? Ippun. Then we look at 6 minutes. 6分, right? 6分 instead of 6分 or 6分, right? It sounds more natural to say 6分. Same as 8, right? 8分, right? Or we can say 8分. But more people will say 8分 because it's more natural to say 8分. 8分 is acceptable as well. Okay, so these are and also for 10 minutes, it's not 10分 or something, it's 10分. So mostly the even numbers, they are like using the double consonant sound, right? 6分 8分 10分, right? So these are the more, and then now we talk about the minutes. Do you see that like some of them are pun, some of them are fun, right? Pun, hun, pun, hun. No pattern lah, honestly. There's no pattern here. You just have to memorize by heart. Okay, so but the good thing is ipun, right? Ip means the next one confirm is pun already, right? And then ni hun cannot be nipun, right? Nipun sounds so weird. Sampun, okay, that one sound okay fair. Sanhun sounds very unnatural. So sampun maybe a bit more natural. But then what is natural? Again, what is natural? I also don't know. Okay, so this one I have to try to memorize also lah. Okay, so ipun, nipun, sampun, yompun, gohun, lopun. Yeah, so this one try to. Honestly, if you messed up the FUN and the PUN, I don't think people will laugh at you lah. But they will still understand what you're trying to say. Okay, let's go on to 11 minutes. So 11 minutes is ju ipun. Okay, ju ipun. So it's like literally 1 minute, right? So 11 was ju ichi, right? 11 was ju ichi. So ju ichi. So when ichi, we don't say ichipun, right? We change it to ipun. So we just retain the ipun portion. The front part is still ju. So ju ipun. Then 15, ju gohun. 20, ni jupun. Right? Then 25, ni ju gohun. Then 30, san jupun. Which is also han. Right? In Chinese we say 1点半. Right? So this han is literally 半. It's half lah. Right? So in Chinese we can say 1点30分 or we can also say 1点半, right? So in Japanese it's the same ways. Both is acceptable. So in Japanese same thing. We can say 30 minutes or we can say half. Han. Right? And then 35, 35分. 35分. 35 minutes. 40 minutes will be 40分. 40 minutes. Right? 45, 45分. So all these are just recycling the counting system already. Recycle and then you need to know the ending 5. 5 is it a FUN or is it a PUN? Then you just put accordingly. Okay? Then the last one, nampun. Right? So nampun is simply how many minutes. Right? Remember nan is what, right? So nampun, what minutes? Right? What minutes? So which means how many minutes. Same for the o'clock. We say nanji for what? O'clock. But nanji in Chinese we also say 几点. 几点 also to you it means what time, right? So yes, in Japanese nanji also means what time. If you want to be specific and you want to know down to the minutes, you can ask nanji nanpun desu ka? Right? So what o'clock, what minute is it? Okay? Any questions about the minute and hours? Yeah, just have to memorize but don't need to pressure yourself so much. The more you use it, the more it comes to you naturally. Okay, next for days of the week. So let's start with Sunday. 日曜日 月曜日 火曜日 水曜日 木曜日 金曜日 土曜日 何曜日 Right? So this 曜日 it just simply means in Chinese it's like 星期一 right? It's just a 星期. It's the repetitive part of it. Alright? So the what changes is the front part, right? The 日月火水木金. Those are, as you know, is elements lah. Okay? So in Japanese the day goes by the elements. Okay, so the one, which one is which day? Also have to memorize. Of course Sunday is the easiest lah. 星期日 so 日曜日 lah. Okay? So that one have to memorize one, no choice. Okay, 日曜日 then 月曜日 火曜日 水曜日 Alright? No choice, have to just memorize them. Any questions about the day of the week? Okay, I want to go on to the next part. I think you all already probably capacity is gone already. So let's go back all the way to our lesson 3. Let's talk about the vocabulary list of lesson 3. Okay. Lesson 3 vocabulary. We'll finish the lesson with this vocabulary list. Okay. Okay. So repeat after me. So, yeah, it is 3-1. Can Repeat after me. ここ ここ そこ そこ、あそこ、あそこ、こちら、こちら、そちら、そちら、あちら、あちら、こっち、こっち、そっち、そっち、あっち、あっち、教室、教室。We'll talk about the ここ、そこ、こちら、こっち tomorrow, don't worry. Okay, next, お手洗い、お手洗い、トイレ、トイレ、受付、受付、事務所、事務所、郵便局、郵便局、部屋、部屋、アパート、アパート、玄関、玄関、美術館、美術館、駅、駅、バス停、バス停。Hey, I never pronounce the U. I didn't say バス停. So バス停. Silent U. Next, 国立、sorry, 国立、国立、図書館、図書館。Right, 図書館 is library, 国立 is just national, or rather it means state established. Okay, so 国立図書館、国立図書館。Next, National Museum will be 国立博物館。Okay, break this up. I know it's a very long word. So, 博物館。So, 博物館。博物館。Don't need to rush through the pronunciation. I'm not rushing you. Slowly. 博物館。Very good. Okay, so National Museum just means 国立博物館。Okay, next one. シンガポール。シンガポール。国立。大学。大学。Right, this is NUS. Okay, next page. シンガポール。経営。経営。大学。So 経営 literally means management, but not the top management, that kind of management. It just means managing a business, that kind of management. Okay, so 経営大学。Then next one, なんや。なんや。理工。理工。大学。南洋理工大学。Okay, SMU at DU. Next, 動物園。動物園。Okay, so you can. Okay, wait, next one. 植物園。植物園。Okay, so you can see this N, right? The ending is N, right? So N literally means like 园, like a park or a garden. Right, same as Chinese, we say 植物园, 动物园, right? It's just a park for something. So what is animal? Animals are 動物. Right, 動物 means animal. Okay, the N just means a park for the animals. That means it's like a zoo. Right? So this 動物 in Chinese we say 动物, right? Then what is 物? It just means things, right? Then 动 has no meaning, right? So what? Things that move, right? 动物. So if you split the word up like 动 and 物, it makes no sense. So if you want to say animal, it has to be 動物. Same as plants or botanics, or not really botanic, but more like plants. Plants we say 植物. Right? 植 itself has no meaning. 物 also no meaning. So you have to put it together, then we have the meaning of a plant. 植物. Okay, are we good? Continue to the next one. Airport will be 空港. 空港. Right, airport. Next house is 家. 家. 会社. 会社. Remember lesson 1 we learned 会社員, right? In is just the employee. a member of the company, so company employee lah. So 开社 simply means company. Then the word 社 simply means corporation, right? So remember the CEO is 社長, right? 社長 is the CEO, right? So the president, right? Company president. So the word 社 it means corporation lah. Okay? So corporation leader, literally corporation leader means 社長, which can refer to the president, the CEO, or the chairman. Okay? Next, 電気
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 電話
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 車
車
車
車
テレビ
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 ラジオ
ラジ
ラジオ
オラジオ
right デジカメ
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 right this is the DSLR. So just now I said digicame, right? So this is digicame. So I would say both is the same, right? Digicame and digicame is the same thing. Okay, next, 靴
靴
靴
靴
パン
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 果物
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 Okay, this is fruits. Next, 新聞
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 財布
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 right? It's not a F sound, it's H sound. 財布 Next, 国
国
国
国
仕事
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 right? Work 名前
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 right? Name 場所
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 place アメリカ
アメリカ
アメリカインドネシア
インドネシア
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 ドイツ
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 ブランド
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 二十歳
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 Okay, so for 20 years old, there is a special way to say 20, right? For example, 1 years old we say 1歳, 2 years old we say 2歳. Basically, 歳 means age, means 岁啦, okay, means age, years old. So for 20, we don't say 20歳, we use a special reading 二十歳. Okay, the reason is because 二十歳 at age 20 is the age where they becomes adulthood in Japan. So it's a special age, so they represent it with a special name. So it's called 二十歳. Okay, next, 番号
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 right, literally means number. Next, どこ
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 どちら
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 どれ
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 どの
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 どっち
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 おいくつ
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 If you have guessed, yes, the O is the polite marker. It's just the polite. So いくつ it just simply means age. おいくつ is a formal polite way to ask for what is your age. Okay, so next, 何歳
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 right? So what is the difference between おいくつ and 何歳何歳 is like 你几岁 It's a bit more casual, right? 几岁几岁 So おいくつ is more like it's more polite. It's along the lines like 你过大寿你过几大寿 that kind of thing. It's like a bit more polite. It's like politeness lor. Yeah, there's no meaning to it lah.
So always use always.
おいくつ is the best, yes. Okay, next, 何番
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 いくら
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 So いくら is how much money. Okay, it's more for money only. いくら is more for money. Okay, so over here they didn't say money only, but いくら is more for money. When you say いくら to somebody, they will assume that you're talking about money. Okay, next, と
と
と
と
そして
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 ドール
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 サイ
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 バン
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 Right, so 歳 is just the age. Okay, for example, I am 5 years old, 5歳 I'm 20 years old, 20歳 Right, we don't say 20歳 because there's a special age, right? 20歳 Then other than that, it's all normal already.
21 is also like.
21歳 Yeah,
So you wouldn't say that.
only the 1 years old is special. Right, 26 is 6歳8 is also 8歳 So we follow the 1000 follow the 1000. So follow the, you know the 1000 is cent, right? right? 1000 is 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, 4 cent, 5 cent, 6 cent, 7 cent, 8 cent. So that one same lah. This is sai mah. So just change the back to SAI. Alright. So hasai means 8 years old. Can Okay, then that's about it. I want to talk about the homework. So for the homework,
Before you go there, just a couple of questions.
yes, sure.
So there's to and societe.
Okay, so we will learn those are grammar particles. We will learn them in the grammar section.
Okay.
So I won't pay attention to it right now.
The difference.
Yeah, just vocabulary for now.
Okay.
So tomorrow we'll talk about that. To and societe. More specific. Okay, so for the homework, it's not tomorrow. I don't need you to do it tomorrow. So you can follow the schedule that I planned out on the WhatsApp chat. So basically lesson 1 and 2 will be combined as one homework. So you can start doing this lesson 1 and 2 homework already. Then we will go through this homework the day after, which is today is 27, right? So 29, we will go through the homework. Okay, so you can start to fill in some stuff. If you have time, just fill in. I know you don't have time tomorrow to maybe do this, but if you can do it tomorrow, if all of you finish tomorrow, then we might just go through tomorrow. If not, we can go through on Monday. Alright? Any questions so far?
No.
No. Okay. The homework is scheduled in such a way that during our 1 week break, then you'll have more time, then I will ask you to do up more of the homework. Otherwise, I don't think you'll do like, today finish, then today do, then tomorrow go through. Cannot be. I don't think you'll have time in the daytime also. So yeah, I will try to schedule more homework to be like over the 1 week break. Right, then Chloe, you're not joining us anymore, right? Thank you for joining this class. Please talk to the admin to check your homework is which one. Okay, but for now you can do lesson 1 and 2 homework already. Okay, thank you very much. If no questions,
Sorry,
yes.
The